so strange, but then that's the way it is in most of these matchups. What worries me for the side of HUAT ZAI is they're not strangers to Mirage, Dinko. They played Mirage a lot of times in the past. I know that the Singaporean teams for the past like 5-6 years, I know these guys. I've seen them play so many. Mirage was kind of like the mainstream map like a few years ago, so they know what to do. But the fact that they didn't seem to have any idea of how to approach that T side, especially when they had the lead, that's a worrying sign for me. Because heading into Vertigo, what if your defaults aren't working out? What if your couple of like few executes you have in your bag, it doesn't pan out? Do you have a plan B? Do you have a plan C? What are your defaults going to be? That's worrying, because I feel Vertigo is definitely, like you said, it's a map no one's really figured out so far in the Asian region. And it is a pretty tactical map. I'm actually enjoying watching Vertigo ever since the B bomb set update. Although, yes, they need to still make a few changes, I feel, especially towards ZAI. But never mind. We're going to be running it straight into the map here. It's going to be HUAT ZAI starting on the T side, opting to start on the attacking side here on ZIGMA's map pick. Sorry, it's their map pick. What am I even saying? And ZIGMA opting to start on the CT side. There we go. I'm losing my mind, Dinko. It's the old age.
Yeah, exactly. Just remember, Mirage, Thai team, it all makes sense. It all lines up, and Spiels continues to find kills in the pistol rounds. PP Overdose and Rolex finding two between them on the CT side, but the bomb indeed. You've got to keep eyes on that. It dropped into the smoke, but it's been recovered and it's been brought back to this B bomb side, but Bulbasaur continues to run right through. A good headshot. Spiels as well, elsewhere, just tapping heads. That's 3 in the round so far for him, and now it's just Rolex. Can he show up? He's going to find himself Bulbasaur just tapping into the open. He has to pull for the reload. He's now going to have to try and win this round, just falling away. A 1 versus 2. Spiels has got 3 kills so far in this round. He's looking for a little bit more, but now he has to win the clutch. He needs the 4K. He's on 16 HP. 1 bullet from death, but Rolex, he doesn't check this. Surely he doesn't check towards CT spawn. He's got the positional advantage, and Spiels plays it like a god. 4 kills in the pistol round. He got 4 to start off Mirage, and he's got 4 to start off Vertigo. This is impressive.
Yeah, Spiels, I mean, look, we might be critical of how HUAT ZAI approached that T side of theirs in Mirage, but the one, I wouldn't even say like silver lining, it was like a massive silver, what's a bigger version of a lining, Dinko? I don't know, but like a pillar of light for this team would have been Spiels. He has been solid. The fact that he is a veteran of the Asian Counter-Strike scene, just kind of showing at how solid he is, not just with the aim, but how he approaches these rounds. It was a messy round, but HUAT ZAI, they make it 3-on-3 for all the pistol rounds so far, which is quite impressive. Of course, the force spike going to be coming in for ZIGMA. Deagle's out, CZs, and Aggression is just cause. Coming down the ladder very early on. Splashkey is ready and waiting, though. It takes a bit of damage, but he will come out on top. Are they expecting the second player is a question. PP Overdose probably having second thoughts about following his teammate there, because this trade... Oh, that's a mistake. He could have maybe caught Splashkey off guard, but I think he heard a footstep there.
I think he heard the drop. Oh,
there we go.
Information passed on. Neff comes around the corner, takes down PP Overdose, and yeah, this is a small mistake that costs a lot. And now the push comes through in towards the ZAI bomb site. 2-man advantage already in play for HUAT ZAI. It's looking very good for the T side right now, getting off to a real solid start. And ZIGMA, what are they going to do with this one? Player inside of the smoke. Splashkey's pushed all the way down towards the bottom of the ramp. And while 44 seconds in play, we've got the push coming up from HUAT ZAI. Players down in towards lower ramp. They've slowed things down, and they're actually going to retreat. Just leaving the one player up towards the A site. They're going to relocate and put players over towards this B bomb site. And that's exactly what will work out for Spiels. The re-aggression, the lack of information from the CT side makes them hungry. They want to know what's going on, and they push forward into the waiting arms of Spiels, and he does well to get a double kill. Neff also following suit. Good bit of money picked up here for HUAT ZAI, and they win 2 in a row. So that's exactly the start we'd be hoping for, Blair. Normality reassumed on the server.
That second round is already better than almost any buy round I've seen from HUAT ZAI on their T side of Mirage, because they played it perfectly, right? They knew it was going to be a force buy. They sent out feelers. They had to place with the MAC-10s. They were waiting for the aggression. They pushed out towards B. They found out the bomb side was empty. That's what you do, you know, on these sort of buys. You want to kind of like send someone on a fact-finding mission. And they played that to perfection. Just clean, losing a player. Now, it's going to be a full eco here for the side of ZIGMA. Not exactly a full eco. You see the P250 and a Deagle in that mix there. Baronin finds Rolex with the Galil. Reality just floating around through the smoke. He's got to try and time this, but the smoke dissipates, and Splashkey, well, checks it a little late, but doesn't really matter. The MAC-10 at that range going to win that duel, and PP Overdose left alone, and the hunt is on. Neff wants to farm that money.
Oh, and he's done it. Just jumps right on the corner. Easy kill on the Mac 10. But here comes the money for ZIGMA. They can get the buy-in. It's going to be the AUG out in the hands of PP Overdose straight away. I feel like Vertigo is one of the maps that you still see the AUG in play a little bit. And Trade is another one that follows suit. And every now and then you'll see it sprinkled in over on Nuke. But Vertigo is certainly one of the maps you see this out the most in. And PP Overdose is going to be a man carrying it on, trying to carry the baton for the AUG crew. And well, they've got ZIGMA on the buy across the board. We'll see if they can make this work. It's going to be a quicker play here from the HUAT side, just straight up over the top of the ramp. What's Rolex doing? What is that? That's just mental. Jumps off the ramp, right onto the head of the player running up the ramp. And Rolex had no idea, but it's chaos. Neither of them killing each other. And now Ronin on 11 HP. Spiels gets one. It's the headshot on the AK-47. Niffy replies with a nice frag on towards Spiels. But it's a 3 versus 2. A man advantage in play for the T side. And Splashski's going to go ahead and take down Niffy. And a disconnect, I feel, just ruined that one. So that side given a round on the board. 4-0. ZIGMA lose a player. It's heartbreaking and it's chaotic.
That's... Oh, you hate to see that. You hate to see Illy losing a round like that. Although, I won't lie. I mean, 3v2, considering how low Ronin was, that could, a well-placed nade, like a random bullet through, one of the cinder blocks, maybe through the edge of it, could have easily made it 2v2. They still had to get the bomb down, and that's just so unfortunate. And, I know we weren't doing the PAL 2020, the PAL Summer, Dinko, but we were very, very fortunate with the lack of technical issues. And I know we've been having a few issues today, a lot of technical pauses and whatnot, disconnections happening. But hopefully, as the days progress, teams are going to figure out, okay, maybe this VPN doesn't work for this server. Maybe we should be switching over to this. And that's a problem which many people who are not familiar with the Asian region aren't very aware of. Is like, because of how goddamn massive the continent is and how crazy the routing is. It's not like in Europe, right? Like if let's say you're from Scandinavia and maybe let's say you are living in Eastern Europe, let's say Ukraine, for example, you're still going to have direct, lines, direct routing to the server. So the pings will never be too crazy. I know for a fact, like, I hope it's changed now, but in Singapore, you have 2 major ISPs. So depending on which ISP you have, some Counter-Strike servers, you'd get, like, which is based in Singapore, you either get 10 ping or you get 300. And that is just so mental.
Yeah, it's just the comparison when you take a look at it is just, yeah, it's definitely something that needs to be worked on. I feel there's an infrastructure problem, especially in Asia, because the problem with how this all works is in Counter-Strike we have European qualifiers, CIS qualifiers, right? A lot of countries are still within Europe, but we split in 2. Whereas Asia, the largest continent on the planet, everybody has to play in the same qualifier. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
we sometimes have a China qualifier, but then we have an Asia qualifier. So, yeah, it's kind of difficult trying to work out what you should do here.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I feel like it also comes down to the fact that, and look, I've always been a proponent for Asian Counter-Strike, going back since like the mid-2000s, early 2000s, or when, had the Koreans there, we had old WNB, the Chinese team and all of that. But facts are facts. It's just not justifiable to give 2 slots to the Asian region right now. Not with Thailand just being the one team, right? So, yeah, it's just unfortunate that it has to play out this way, that it can only be 1 slot available for the entirety of the Asian region as Just Cause pushes in. 1, 2, that's insane. That is actually nuts from Just Cause. The fact that he finds 2, like, the first one was great. The fact that he gets 2 killed, and suddenly a little bit of flashback, a little bit of PTSD for HUAT ZAI. They lost 2 players already, although reply does come in from Splashgate. But these Deagles, Dinko, one thing we've found out is it's very dangerous. Neff, the timing there was so perfect. A second too late and maybe PP Overdose would have found him, but looks like normalcy will be snatched back by HUAT ZAI. But Reality G just slowly pushing on ahead. He wants to pick up a gun here. And Splash is going to deny him. So, yeah, looked a little scary, but Niffy's now on the wrong bomb side, so they should be heading straight towards A, and this should be comparatively a clean round. They shouldn't be losing any more players here. But, yeah, just getting back to that thought, right, when it comes to, like, the routing and whatnot, you look at EU, and it's literally called the EU. You guys have, they have an agreement with, the ISPs and country boundaries and all of that. You look at North America, well, it's basically the US of A, Canada, and Mexico, right? And usually they don't have too many issues with agreements when it comes to internet lines and routing. It's not the case in Asia. Like, there's so many contested boundaries and countries not talking to each other and a lot of political issues, which affects how the internet lines or like the agreements work. So even though you might be neighbors, they just won't be an agreement between companies or between nationalized ISP providers. And it's so hard being a Counter-Strike player in Asia. Which doesn't mean, Thinko, that I'm excusing some of the plays I've seen so far.
I mean, we do have quite a lot of evident problems that you cannot sort of look over. You have to definitely take them into consideration. But yeah, I definitely agree. Long way to come, even in terms of how you play Counter-Strike in this region, though. So get to work on that, and maybe some of the other issues will resolve themselves. And well, reality, looking for this early pick down in towards the bottom of the ramp. Opportunity was there. It's a good kill from Rolex. Nate kill coming in from Spiels, though. And we're back and forth into the 4 versus 4. Looking at a 5th round on the board already for Flat Side. They'll be looking to try and take 6. A missed shot, though, from reality. It went straight through the legs, and that allows Spiels to take a double. And that's a big problem. The AWP just rolls down the ramp, and just cause chases after it, realizes it's gone too far, and has to let it go. Kind of reminds me of when my football, you know, when you're a kid and it just kind of kick it into the sea. You just watch the tide take it away. You realize it's too far gone. You can't take it anymore. You just have to accept it's gone forever.
I know some people who probably still swim after it.
Yeah, but there's a certain
die.
point where it just goes too far. At that point, it's just going so quickly.
What's curious there is, I'm not sure why Bobo, good old Bulbasaur, walked out there towards short to try and get a trade when he had the bomb. Splashy wasn't even right next to him, so fortunate Splashy was able to get a kill with the Deagle. But that could have been very, very tricky, and it could have been easily been a 2v2. And if you catch it off Splash K, and that's a bomb as well. And now, well, actually no, he didn't spot the bomb out, but I'm very sure they're aware where the bomb is now. Neff though, what's he gonna do with this? He's got time to leg it towards the B bomb side, but he's just gonna stick it. He's gonna punch in the numbers. Now the retake is on. He has perfect idea for where Neffy's going to be coming in from. And Neffy, he's going to win that duel. Easy spray. And with that, ZIGMA actually get the first round on board, which is a kind of a crazy round to think about it, right? There were 4 players on A.
Yeah, and I feel like that happens quite often, though, on Vertigo, because you get the information quite quickly, and you can get that quick rotation from the middle position back over towards A. And generally, you see quite a few teams decide to elect 3 players to stay on the A-bomb side at the start of a round. You see that sometimes. So I think you're going to always face up against a lot of players going in towards the A-bomb site. But 4, that is quite an increased number. And the fact that they were able to pull it off, that's impressive. And ZIGMA, first round on the board, they've looked pretty uncomfortable, I have to say, over here on the CT side. So hopefully they can figure out a way of getting consecutive success and build these rounds up, because they desperately need to get their way into this first half. And this might just be it. Rolex, he's playing in the smoke. He's been a bit of a nuisance right now, Blair. They've run right past it.
Free double kill for him. Oh no, Ronan spins around and gets the kill. That is big. As Neff finds Niffy, is trying to be a little cheeky. This is looking rough. PP overdose, left alone. It's a 1v4. Now Ronan's bleeding out. Just 1 bullet, it's gonna be good enough. But the moment they find him, the moment they know where he is, it's going to be very hard. He's trapped in the corner. He goes for the spray, finds Bulbasaur, but now position compromised. The hunt is on, and Splash Kid with the AWP. A little bit of overkill, but HUAT ZAI, they snatch it back, Dinko. They lose a round, but they immediately win the next round. And with that, the money, it's not looking good for ZIGMA. I see a few upgraded pistols coming out again, but yeah, the money just been crushed again. They're really struggling holding onto this ramp area. They're even like putting 3-4 players, and yet somehow HUAT ZAI is just able to smack it down.
It's really unfortunate for ZIGMA that they cannot put it all together. I feel like some of the aggression they've attempted in towards this A-bomb site has been pretty ill-advised. It's not exactly well executed. They're dropping down into ramp and getting caught out of position and finding themselves in positions they shouldn't be in. And it's happened quite a few times now. HUAT ZAI is very comfortable on this map, looking very, very sure of themselves in comparison to what they were doing on Mirage. You can see they've got an idea coming into things. That was probably not exactly the best example. Ronan whiffing the spray away, gets his head torn off by the Deagles, and while it's starting to crumble here, Blood, 2 kills on the Deagle so far. Bulbasaur attempting the battle here on the B-bomb site, and he will work it out with the nade kill. towards the back of the site itself, and Rolex coming in with a deagle. He's done a lot of work in terms of taking down Bobazoy, and now he has an AK to play with. In this round, this could go out of their hands, straight into the hands of ZIGMA. Just deagles into this, but now they've got 2 AKs, and they've got a real chance as they cut through the final 2 players. It's a second round being picked up for ZIGMA, and they'll be happy with that. That puts them right back in with a chance of at least making this first half scoreline respectable.
Absolutely. Just has the pistols, and they're walking away with what? An AWP and 3 AK-47s? Thank you very much. They're going to take that. That is just nuts, especially these deagle shots, man. Like, we spoke about how ridiculous it was in Mirage, but just the sheer aim and on these players, it's just fantastic stuff. Bulbasaur, perfect nade, but then, again, a little bit of overextension. It's one of the few, I think might be the only round where I feel like what ZAI have kind of messed things up for themselves. Apart from that, their T side so far on Vertigo has looked pretty stellar, if you ask me. Not too many mistakes being made, nothing too elaborate, but they've been, the default is solid, they're hitting the shots, but tiny little slip up, and ZIGMA, well, they're ready to punish you. As once again, ZIGMA, 4 players. This is heavy commitment from the CT side. And it's not just like a gimmicky 1-round affair, it's every single round they're keeping 4 players a day.
Bulbasaur down to 46 HP. Did a good bit of damage. Neth going down. That's perfect from ZIGMA. 2 early kills and no reply. That's the kind of performance you want to see. That's where the early aggression can actually work out. And now they're going forward as a unit. They've got everybody covered. They've got the systems and the protocols in place to result in success. And now it's just Spiels. He somehow got himself up through short towards the A-bomb side, but finally he is dealt with after 1 kill. 6-3 though. ZIGMA, we take a look at what they can purchase up coming into this one. It is going to be a full buy across the board. They've carried 2 AK-47s out, but it's more towards the HUAT side buy that I'm curious to see which way they go with this. They don't exactly have the most resources to play with going into this round, but the money has certainly been a hindrance to them in this next one. And when it comes to the cash flow, it has definitely taken a bit of a hit after the amount of players they have lost over the last couple of rounds, but they still will go with the purchase. They managed to get the AKs out, but this early aggression is working consistently now, and they're just not ready for this. Just Cause just keeps going forward.
Jesus.
Reality gets another one, but this is confident from ZIGMA. They finally found their foothold here on Vertigo, and they're not stopping. They continue to move forward. It's a 4th round being picked up, and that was a full investment. That was everything on the line for the T side, and now they have nothing.
Well, Neff still dealing out a bit of damage here. But yeah, 1v4. He's got to still retrieve the bomb. It's out in the open. Oh, okay. That's a nice shot on the Rolex.
Don't give him anything else.
Oh, why do you have to say that? The flashbang is actually good. He spots both of them out. You have a smoke. You guys have a smoke and a nade. I guess they don't want to use a smoke. They want to cover off the bomb. They don't want to get him to pick it up. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting how to English over here, but that got a little scary. But yeah, ZIGMA, they hold on, and of course they're going to take the round as well. I'm just at this point, Dinko, I'm kind of trying to wrap my head around why ZAI keep insisting on going towards A every single round. I know we find quite a bit of success over here, but at this time we got to kind of have figured out that, you know, ZIGMA are just stacking this bomb site. They've done it 5 rounds in a row now.
And if not completely stop going towards A, then change your approach. You've done the exact same thing, immediately committing to the ramp fight. That's not going to work. As you've just seen across the last couple of rounds, they have lost too many players, even in the rounds that they were winning. That resulted in them having economic problems later into the rounds. So you have definitely got to figure out what you want to do towards A. If you can still want to go towards this A bomb site, which, again, would be not advised right now, then approach it differently. You can't just keep committing to that ramp fight. You've got to figure out a different way you can get in towards A. Maybe sit back for a little bit, drain the utility out of the CT side, because that has been a big problem for them. They're walking into the utility. They're getting chunked down by the nades. They're getting wrecked by the smokes because they're just caught in chaos. Just slow it down a little bit. Take a breather. You have time to play with. You can figure out what you need to do towards this A bomb site. I think that's why we've got attack pause in here to just talk over some of the issues that are currently going on. And for HUAT side, suddenly there has become a lot of issues.
I wouldn't even say it's issues. It's just, well, you know, there's another bomb site, guys. You can probably posture towards that a little bit. You can force ZIGMA to kind of rethink the setup. They've completely given up mid, and I mean completely given up mid. They have one player playing towards a B bomb side who's not even being aggressive, just playing on the bomb side itself, literally sitting on the site, and you're continuing to do the same thing, just trying to. It's not like a, just trying to like measure who's got a bigger stick, where you're like, oh, you have 4 players at A.
A bigger Wang, maybe we're talking about here.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. But there's no Wang playing. This time Wang is going to be, of course, playing tomorrow against Tai Lu, if I'm not mistaken. I'm excited about that. But yeah, I mean, stop it. Like, stop doing this. Like, you can still very easily try and find success in some other part of the map. It's not too late. 6-4. It's still, in your favor. All of this round just going to be the pistols. Mix things up a bit. Don't give ZIGMA the comfort of just keeping 4A every round. And ZIGMA, they're going to keep doing this because it's working. It's working. And then, all right, you want to fight as a ramp? Cool. We're just going to keep throwing bodies at you. And right now, we're winning this duel. So this is more about HUAT ZAI just being a little too stubborn for my liking.
Yeah. And I think it's kind of, well, this is working for us the entire time. Why is it suddenly not? It's probably just, again, a little bit lucky. Eventually, you've got to realize you got to change it up a bit. And they don't really have the resources to figure out what they need to do in this one, though. So just a deagle approach. And when I say just a deagle approach, we have seen some disgusting things with the deagle, but that is good from Overdose. Taking down 2 players in towards middle. Spiels and Splashkey both going down to the org. Bit of an off angle. I mean, you don't come around the corner really having your crosshair trained up there, so good stuff. Just perfect round to pull it out as well. Just 2 easy kills and no trade potential at all. Ronan trying his best, but just cause continuing to get aggressive in towards A. Just really good stuff here from ZIGMA. This is clean. They can finally get around where they don't lose a single player. That's going to mean wonders. It's going to do so many wonders for their economy here, Blatt. And Bulbasaur, well, he takes one away. PP Overdose going down, but the rest of the team survive, and they've got the AK-47s carried over it. 6-5, ZIGMA. What a recovery this has been.
Oh, indeed. And I kind of find it's unfortunate that for HUAT ZAI, the one time that they decide to head over towards mid and just like poke and prod a little bit, and ZIGMA to switch it up, PP Overdose is ready and waiting this time around. With this buy, I want to see them do something. If they don't like try something apart from just bum rushing A, I'm just gonna lose it. For ZIGMA, then I'm gonna be keeping 2 players towards mid. There's no one at B early on, so early posturing towards mid. And Bobos is gonna find Just Cause though. This time around through the smoke, Bobo. Luck will finally favor him after what it felt like Lady Luck had abandoned him. And again, for HUAT ZAI, it's pretty much the same thing again, Dinko. Sure, it's been delayed by a few more seconds, but it's literally the same thing again.
Oh, the spray away. Rolex able to get 1. Splashkey coming back in as well. And there goes Reality. An important kill on the Splashkey. And now 3 versus 3. Smoke's going down onto the bomb site. All the smoke's up. And now PP Overdose moving forward. Edges his way towards the top of the A ramp and waiting for some re-aggression. Waiting for the players to come into his crosshair as he tucks in the corner. Still just under a minute left in play. 3 versus 3. This is an important duel, and it's going to be won by PP Overdose. He looked for another, but he's looked the wrong way, Blad. Luckily, Nifty and Reality swing in to save the day, and it's evened up 6-6. We're tied again here on Vertigo, and it's getting important now. HUAT ZAI, they have lost control of their map pick. They have lost control of things here in the series. They're currently a map down after losing Mirage. They need to find something here on the T side. They've crumbled, and I mean, they've got enough rounds to play with going into the second half, yes, but it all comes down to the mentality and the momentum. If you don't have any of that going into the second half, well, if you lose the pistol, it's very easy to feel like you're down and out, Blatt.
Even if they win the pistol, it seems like they're down and out, because bear in mind, 3 pistol rounds so far in this series, they've won all 3. And yet, they lost Mirage. They are right now tied 6-all. ZIGMA bouncing back into this map. I don't even know how. And I do believe it's like, what, 5, 6 in a row right now for HUAT ZAI? Let me just quickly take a look here. Yeah, well, not really 6 in a row, but it was 5-1 at one point. And they've won the strong 5 together. PP Over is going to find another kill. And like you said, HUAT ZAI, they're kind of running out of rounds here. And looking at the money for ZIGMA as well, it's looking fantastic at the moment. Ronan finds Just Cause. That was being a problem. Iffy spots on Bulbasaur, but there's no one nearby to trade. And Rolls is going to have a fine, merry old-time duking it out with Ronan. And there you have it. Just one player remains, Neff. Tech 9 in hand. He's had his moments here and there, but this should be a little bit too much of a tall ask for the lad. And that's going to be ZIGMA going into the lead. 5-1 for HUAT Dinko on their map pick. And look at that corpse just hanging from the wire. I hope PGL can like just get a replay of that. That's actually funny.
Well, Neff. He is on his own here. Has a good kill on the Tech 9. Neff taking down PP Overdose, and Rolex seals the deal. 3 kills. Picked up ZIGMA, now 7-6 on the board. They're into the lead by 1. And that has been a long time coming. It's definitely felt like they have grabbed control of this at a certain point. It's been nothing but the ZIGMA show for the last couple of rounds now, Blatt. I think it was 6-1 up at one point, perhaps? Or...
It was 6-1. It was 6-1 for HUAT, and then ZIGMA now have won 6 in a row. And it's not even been close. Take a look at the money. I think that tells a very good story. The Reality and Niffy sitting on an average about 7.5k. The rest of them, yeah, it's not that much money, but you know what? It's okay. Even if you keep like 2-3 alive, you keep winning rounds non-stop, it's totally fine. And once more, man, like these buy rounds, like this is the only time they're mixing it up. After how long, Dinko? After how long have they opted to, you know, maybe go for this B hit on a buy round? We've seen them try and posture towards the mid area, the B bomb site area, when they just have the pistols. Of course, they get picked apart. This is the first time I've actually seen Execute coming out here from HUAT, and it's about down time. The problem is, Niffy's there and PP Overdose. He's got backup as well, right there on the side. Counter utility being tossed by the CTs. This nade's gonna actually do a bit of damage as well. It just costs, well, he finds Neff. PP Overdose holding right behind the smoke. He's being very cheeky indeed. Maybe waiting for a flash from his teammate. It's all about timing here. The smoke's gonna dissipate. He's gonna walk on out. They haven't spotted him out. What a play from him, but Ronan does reply back with a quick double, Dinko. But it's a 2v3. Definitely make that a 1v3, heavily favoring ZIGMA. And with the bomb down, Ronan, well, he's got to get the ace to clutch this one out.
He really does, and now 3 players stand between him. He's got another, now just 2. This is a very winnable clutch with 35 seconds. He's been spotted, he's been tied down to 20 HP, and the position was just too strong from Niffy. He doesn't sweat, he just holds the spot, he uses the cover well, and it's another round picked up for ZIGMA. It's 6, heading into the last round of the first half. ZIGMA will be looking for 9-6 on the board, and that would be incredibly impressive after being down 6-1 at one point.
It really is incredible. Like, I don't know how to have done it. Well, actually, I could tell you how to have done it, Dinko. We've been just talking about the non-stop HUAT, just not really seeming to have many other plans. Again, Dinko, he drops down with Rolex this time. He's going to come out on top. Switches to the CZ. He's looking for more. Splashkey takes him down. Just cause you need to get the hell out of there, buddy. And it's going to be Reality saving his teammate. No trades possible. And Rolex... finally, justice for him, but the aggression from the CDs gets punished. There is no need. There was no need for ZIGMA to overextend, but they will. And it's going to be down to Niffy in the 1v1 as he finds a kill onto Splashkey. The nade sails in, takes Neff down to 78 points of health, but he's going to be playing a very aggressive angle indeed, Dinko. And now Neff probably second-guessing himself. He's like, wait, where is he going to be coming in from?
This is really well played by Niffy. He's so confident. And collected into this. Smoke goes down on the bomb. Why?
Oh, no.
Yeah, that was just pretty terrible from ZIGMA in that last round. It started off so well. Rolex gets the first 2 kills. I think that's what... Right, so the first 2 kills were fantastic. What happens immediately after the first 2 kills is what is the downfall of ZIGMA into that, right? It's the immediate 2 kills from Rolex. He continues to walk through the smoke play instead of falling back. He goes down. The 2 players re-aggress out of the bomb site for some strange reason, and they give away the round. That was theirs. It was completely done. After those first 2 kills, if Rolex falls back into the A bomb site and all they do is sit there and wait for the remaining 3 players, they win the round. They're 9-6 up if we go into the second half.
Honestly, even if like was it Rolex? Yeah, even if Rolex goes pushing on in, what was Reality Jesus doing out there in ramp alone while his teammates back in the site? Like, it was so disjointed. Like the initial barrage of action, you're like, okay, this looks good, right? And I agree with you, Rolex should have fallen back, but fine, he pushes on in, he dies. It's still a 4v3 favoring you. And then they just give free individual duels. Again, kudos to ZAI, Splashkey especially for bringing it back, but like you said, it could have been 9-6. And scorelines like this could be what, you know, makes a difference, right? 9-6 is very, very different mentally from an 8-7 scoreline. Doesn't look like much, but it does, trust me. And now, what's ZAI? They've won 3 out of 3 pistols, Dinko. Can they make it 4 out of 4?
A part of that has been Spiels. He's got something crazy like 4, 6. He's had 10 kills in the pistol rounds, I believe. And we've only had 3 of them. And while PP Overdose taking down Neff, good start here for ZIGMA. They've got that opening kill. Man advantage in play here for ZIGMA. They haven't given it away just yet either. Now the execute comes in. Smoke up under the bomb site, but it's Ronin. And it's got 1 kill back in. It's onto Niffy. And you can see how the spacing is just awful right now from ZIGMA. Luckily, they go forward. And Rolex, he's just having a great time. 2 kills picked up. Finally gets caught out of position. And the flank from Just Cause has to be perfect. He needs to win this 1 versus 2. It could have been a far better round for ZIGMA. They get the initial kill. The executor's up. Rolex delivers 2. But still, they go in 1 by 1. They go in dribs and drabs. And they've now cost themselves most likely the chance of winning this pistol round as the CTs double up in the sandbags. He's walked right past the bomb as well. He doesn't have possession of it, but he flicks and finds the headshot. And now 1 versus 1. He can still win this, running right into his crosshair. And Just Cause, what a clutch. Out of nowhere, they needed a hero, and Just Cause delivers.
Well, they finally win a pistol round, and what a clutch it was. I kind of felt like once I played that so smart.
Yeah, they played it to perfection. That's why I'm saying it was almost a done deal, right? They play together at the sandbags. They doubled up there. Should be impossible for him to win that round. Luckily, on the fall away, he hits the headshot here. He comes back away, and the headshot lands as he goes behind the cover. He gets away around the corner, and then just perfectly baits the peek out of Splashkey. He provides, and the headshot comes through. Very important pistol round win there for ZIGMA if they want to continue. You have to remember the mindset that they could have been in if they lose that pistol round. Last round of the first half was a nightmare for them.
Oh, the nade stack, Dinko. I'm excited.
Let's see if anything comes of it. Kind of waiting until they get that information and literally nothing. A little bit too late on it. PP Overdose getting an opening kill. This should be a round in the bag for ZIGMA. This should be up 10-7.
You say that, Dinko. As a couple of dinks have come in, but yeah, the kills are still going their way. They still have a nade remaining. Now, if this is timed to perfection, and it's not going to be timed, he's going to use it earlier. Oh no, Boba still got a nade. If they time it right, PP and Niffy are kind of low. And, well, that is just unfortunate. Just unfortunate. Caught up with a nade in hand. Reality Jesus reminds him who's the god of the server right now. 10-7 to ZIGMA. As they do get to double digits before HUAT ZAI. And for those of you probably just tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, map number 1, ZIGMA's map pick, which was Mirage going their way, despite losing both the pistol rounds. And now map number 2 here, HUAT ZAI's map pick, they were leading 6-1. And look at what we have here, 10-7 for ZIGMA, as we do see the buy coming in for HUAT ZAI. And the CD side buy, Dinko, that means utility is kind of sparse because they've opted to go with a lot of the rifles instead of opting for maybe a FAMAS, maybe some SMGs, and it's going to be, well, ZIGMA just leading the charge, holding, doubly pushing on in. Niffy finds Ronin, and Neff's position compromise, still holding the line, trying to do some damage, and indeed he does. Finds a quick double, but reality Jesus, he's snuck on in, but doesn't find the kill.
Well, he gets one in the end. Reality Jesus is able to pick it up, and now Spiels and Splashkey alongside Bobasaur do have the advantage to play with into round number 18. They should be walking away with the round win here. Just over a minute left on this clock now. And HUAT ZAI, they have got good possession of that lower site. They're just going to be holding on to it. Just Cause and Reality Jesus looking for a way into this if possible. It's not looking too likely. They are taking their time, which I like. They're not rushing into anything. They're clearing all of their corners. I feel like Just Cause is giving himself a very long route back into this, but there's the mid-push. Can he find the kill? And the answer is no. Splashkey takes him down. Now it's just Reality Jesus left alone. Molotov pulled at the wrong time. They peek into him. Double peek. He was destined to die. And it's an 8th round picked up for HUAT ZAI.
Crucial round for them. And for ZIGMA, well, they can eke out a buy. They can, but are they going to go for it is a question, because you know, they can force it up, they can break the economy, but looks like they're going to be playing this one safe, Dinko. Interesting. Not even Deagle's being purchased. That is... Okay, well, Just Cause has one. I just say that. Of course, he brings it out. And Just Cause going to be leading the charge. Holding W. Nade's going to sail in, but he's going to just rattle off the bullet. Just kind of just bomb rush his side. And he's going to pour the bodies onto the bomb site. And everyone's dead. But Just Cause, man... Doesn't matter how fast the round was. It still finds 2. And that's still damage being dealt to the economy of the Singaporean side.
All about the little bits of damage you could do to the CT economy early on into a half because, you know, like I always say, and for good reason, it's more expensive to be a CT player on average. So you want to get as much money as possible built up early into the halves so you negate a lot of the problems you will have with that economy later on into the half. And while Spiel's good opening kill onto PP Overdose, Just Cause able to reply though, and that's an important frag to find, and a follow-up is even better. How does he find that? Just Cause moving forward. Ronin relocating himself back over from A and finally shutting down Just Cause. It was looking like he was going to find another there.
This is a very high-risk maneuver from Bulbasaur as well. Trying to be cheeky, trying to find something. But up close with an AWP like this is a one-and-done spot. Plays cross and over. He's missed a shot, Dinko. And the follow-up, the re-peek to try and ensure he at least gets a kill. It's not going to work out. No, Ronin. He's had a few moments there. He's got a kill already. He's going to peek on out wide, but Rolex is ready and waiting, and Nef's going to be left alone. And they're going to peek him together here, and it's going to be just one kill for him. And it's going to be ZIGMA snatching it back, gets to round. Look at the money. Look at the money for HUAT ZAI. Yes, Nef's on 38,000. Yes, Ronin's got money for the buy, but look at everyone else. They're broke, Dinko.
They are completely broke down. HUAT ZAI, this is a scary position to be in because now you've got decisions to make. You know going into this next round, it's going to get slightly better, but it still won't be at the point where you're going to have the comfortable buy across every player. Bulbasaur is going to have to rely, I feel like, on different resources, or he's going to have to go to a weaker weapon, and you don't really want that right now. And Just Cause, he's opened things up. Ronin going down, good enough to start things off, and I think at this point, it's all about making sure you capitalize on every single opportunity given to you. ZIGMA cannot lose this kind of round. They have to win this if they want to take this series 2-0. Well, here on Vertigo, it is the map pick of HUAT ZAI. And there goes Reality taking down Bulbasaur. 2-man advantage now picked up for ZIGMA.
Oh, I'm not a big fan of Reality just going for that play there. Should have probably fallen on back and just not given fights to his, because he was so very low. But anyway, AK will not be retrieved. Nef does get a kill and the AK as well, but they know exactly where he is. They have the B bomb set under control, so yeah, it's gonna be round number 12. A little expensive, but you know what? I don't think ZIGMA care.
No, I think at this point, it's all about building up the rounds and the round wins. You're getting closer and closer to victory in the series. As long as you can keep down HUAT ZAI, in terms of their economy, that's all that matters. Nef should be able to carry over an AK. They're not really in a position now, ZIGMA, where they can afford to throw too many rifles away. So carrying over an AK into the next round, it's pretty good. You can toss that over. That kind of gets rid of the problem here for Bulbasaur, right? He has the economy problem. He was never going to be able to get a proper rifle out and still have all the resources behind it, the Kevlar, the utility. So Nef carrying over an AK here. You can drop over an M4 or a FAMAS. You can get a slightly better buyout across the board for your team. Well, he might just force, but oh, there he goes. Should be a drop on over very quickly. He's gone to a Deagle? What a selfless player Nef is. There he got it back. He's going to give him the Deagle.
I was wondering if Splash is probably going to go for the AWP buy, but no, he's going to be sticking with the M4. Spiels has an M4 laying on the floor as well, and here we go. This is one of those kind of like win or break rounds. If ZIGMA win this, they're again going to force HUAT ZAI to go on kind of like a half fire and eco, and that means they're going to get round number 14. And from then on, it's going to be a mountain for HUAT ZAI to climb back. And so far from what I've seen from them, I don't really want to place too much faith in them grinding it back from here. Have a heavy presence towards mid this time around. It's no one in A actually, Dinko. They've actually sent a lot of players towards mid, a lot of nades being tossed in as well. It's not going to find anything though. And now we can see two players, that's Ronin and Nef, heading back towards the ZAI bomb site. It's been a pretty mobile defense being set up here by HUAT ZAI, and honestly, you know, I can't really blame them for it. It's just that ZIGMA just winning these duels. just out-aiming and out-positioning the CTs that slowly, they go for the delayed creep-up approach towards A. And you know what, Denko? This is something HUAT ZAI never tried on their T side.
Yeah, they never tried this, and that's what I was kind of calling for, hoping that they would do this eventually, but they never got around to it. They never figured it out. And now ZIGMA just taking their time, but they might just come back to bite them here. If this boost comes over the top, they just make noise? No. I don't think they made enough noise. Or any at all. Smoke execute is up. They do call for the fake away because they pull off that boost. They know this push is coming in, and while Ronin, that's exactly the hold you need. 3 kills. What a hold. This is over.
That's exactly the sort of round we need for HUAT ZAI right now. And like I said, this round, they absolutely needed to win it. And in fact, with 20 seconds remaining, they might win it without losing a single player as well. Solid hold from Ronin. If you look at all the names on this HUAT ZAI side, like Spiel, Splashke, Bulbasaur, if you've been following the Southeast Asian Counter-Strike scene for any duration, these are known names. Even Neff, not as well known as these three, but he's been around for a while. Ronin's the only one who I was like, okay, I really haven't heard of this guy. More of like, I'd have been more of a bug star, but he's showing up. And it's not just his round. He's actually had his moments. And that's a tragedy of what we've seen from HUAT ZAI so far today, Denko, is that individually, everyone's peaking. Everyone's hitting nutty shots. They show that they have what it takes to go toe-to-toe with some of these aimers in ZIGMA. And again, ZIGMA have... These ZAI CS teams have some of the best aimers in the region, mind you. They can go toe-to-toe with them. It's just that you're expecting them not to play your opponent's game, right? You want to see a little bit more of a tactical approach to this, to how they're going about it. And you see them picking vertical. You're like, all right, they might have something in store for us. And it's just been... well, disappointing from that aspect. Not the aim. Aim is fantastic. Individual mechanical skill has been 10 on 10. But just approach has been so... disappointing. Yeah, I think that's the word. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll have to agree with you. Oh, Neff. Oh, God. He gets caught with a smoke in his hand. PP overdose. And take a quick look at his opening kill statistics, because I feel like he's been getting a lot of those. We are currently a couple of rounds behind on HLTV, just one. So, PP overdose. Currently on 5 and 2 in opening duels. I think that's 6 and 2 now with that opening. Pretty impressive performance, I have to say, Blay, and it's always good when you get those opening duels going your way. It always sets you up for success more than not. And while Niffy, he's got the follow-up, that even helps out more. And while the push comes forward, the smokes are up. A good kill from PP Overdose. A follow-up kill on Rolex doing work. It's just Bulbasaur left alone into 1 versus 5. He cannot win this round. He can't even get anywhere near the bomb site. So it's a follow-up, saving the AK-47 into the next. And we are looking at a 13th round for ZIGMA and 3 away from victory here on their opponent's map pick.
What's very brutal here for the side of HUAT ZAI is they have a big decision to make here, Denko. Now, Bulbasaur, he needs to save his AK. Like, it's like imperative he saves the gun here. If he hears the footsteps, he should... Whoa, no, he doesn't win the deal. If he saved at AK, I could see them eking out a buy, but now they probably have to just save. They have to just save. It's going to be a couple of pistols coming out, a couple of deeks. That's going to give round number 14 for ZIGMA. So what I said earlier, where I'm like, they can easily get a 14-9. It's going to come to pass, although it's delayed by 1 round. Oh, this is just terrible timing for Neff. And you can't afford to do that, especially when you have no eyes. There's no one nearby to trade immediately. The second they get the second kill, it was over. The round was done.
Yeah, I feel like that opening was just... it was gifted to them. Neff just kind of gets unlucky in the timing. But like you said, the nail in the coffin was certainly that second kill. The follow-up, lack of trade potential, they're at a massive disadvantage there. So, that's right, they've gone for the... light investment, couple of deagles. It's worked out so far. Oh no, Blood. 2 kills on the deagles. Well, 2 kills on the pistols. PT50 delivering the second, but that's not a good start for ZIGMA.
PP's real ahead of the rest of his teammates, and they're trying to ensure that the guns don't fall into the hands of the CTs. Ronin replies back, but the trade is good. PP Overdose and Just Cause, and looking at how low Spiels is, they've made contact with the player at mid. Now they know where both the T's are. So that's a little bit of, the information game being won here by the CTs, but Spiels, he's been fantastic. Aim-wise, at the very least. Not just aim-wise, he's been just, overall, I feel like the best player for HUAT ZAI so far. If he catch a player off guard here, round off a shot, just a tag. It's not good enough. And they're going to heading straight towards the B bomb side where Bulbasaur's are ready and waiting. He's got a Deagle, Denko, and a prayer on his lips, but that's all he has.
It's not quite there yet, Blaze. Hasn't really got control of the site. And because of that, he can't be there to stop this bomb plant. And he's just going to peek into the open. Just Court's taking him away. It's just Spiels, 19 HP. You did point out he has been the best player for the SWAT side roster so far, but it hasn't been enough. It won't be enough in this round. 19 HP. He makes his way back in with a dream. And that is about it. There's an opportunity. But he is shut down. PP overdose gets rid of him. 14-10. We are 2 away from victory in the series here for Sigma. And I feel like this is the last stand approach from HUAT side. They lose this, and it is done. Sigma will be taking the series 2-0, and the Thai team will be walking away with both maps under their belt.
And also, it would be the first time that the core of ZIGMA, who they were called Maple earlier, and obviously there have been a few lineup changes here and there, but this is going to be the first time that this core has beaten the core of HUAT ZAI. Both the teams
and the last time Mitch questions me.
Yeah, I know. Like, what the hell does Mitch know? This is a little wild. This is it's very, very, very optimistic and insane from ZIGMA. Just molotoving it off. Probably trying to catch the CDs off guard. They knew they're probably going to be throwing a few number of bodies towards an A-ramp area, but... well... at least they get punished for it. So, what's ZAI? As long as they play this smart, as long as they play this safe, they can at least ensure they get to round number 11. They can still grind it back, Dink. I still have faith in this Singaporean side, but they don't have too many chances.
Yeah, they had to win this round. You know, it's done if they don't. So, backs against the wall, they get it done. Just want to point out the fact that some of the opening duels have been won by the Sigma side, I think, across both maps now, where it's just been so good for them. They just dominated those opening battles in the rounds. And that's obviously going to set you up for a lot of success in the long term. So that's something that HUAT side can definitely learn from, especially with the scorelines being respectively close. You know, they're not too far away from being very, very close scorelines. And they've got enough rounds, and a lot of them, they can be a man down. So, still impressive. HUAT side just kind of fix that and figure out how they are going to work about not giving away the early kills and maybe finding them themselves. Then that's certainly something they can take to the drawing board and try and fix in their practice sessions.
Well, right now for HUAT ZAI, though, it's about just battling it out, trying to take it to map number 3, which is still doable. I still see a world where they can bring this one back. Although, why does Rolex only have a Glock, Dinko?
No one knows.
I mean, reality could drop him anything.
Did he leave his gun
50.
in spawn?
Did he?
Did he?
Oh,
There's no way you buy Kevlar and a helmet and you don't buy a gun.
I'm confused.
Well, he's obviously moving through his inventory. You can see him selecting his knife and then his Glock, and eventually he will realize he does not have a weapon, but he cannot go back now. He is the bomb carrier. And well, that's a huge kill. Okay, goodbye, Splashkey. Nifty with an important headshot. That starts things off well for Sigma, and they have a chance moving forward now. PP overdose. He's around the back of the smoke here. Neff has an opportunity. The smoke starts to fit. There goes the kill. Surely Neff will walk away with it. And the answer is, in fact, yes, he will. Push comes in now from the T side. They're trying to move forward, but it's not working out. The CT is getting every single kill. Ronin giving so many kills. This is terrible from Sigma. It started so well, but the approach is terrible.
Yeah, it's like the moment they tasted blood, they just stopped thinking and just went in for the kill. Just like, all right, we just want to close out the round, and good reaction from HUAT ZAI to shut it down, despite losing Splash so very early on. And you know what, HUAT ZAI? Now is their opportunity to kind of claw back. They were against the ropes, like you said, Dinko, on the precipice of losing the series, and they won those important couple of rounds back-to-back. They've broken the money right now for ZIGMA, well, at least for just the one round. Should be seeing pretty much a full eco. I respect this. I appreciate how they've just gone for the 5 blocks. No investments, no deagles, no P250s. They're just going to make this quick and easy, quick and fast. It's fine. Feed the CTs the kills. At least you're going to have a full buy heading to round number 28. As this should just be a pretty comfortable mob coming out here from the side of HUAT ZAI. But gotta say, all the games we've seen so far today, everything has been so close.
Yeah, it really has been very, very close indeed. Closer, some of the series closer than they probably should have been. I think that just comes down to a lot of mistakes being made and teams struggling to find consistency. A huge break where the teams have been able to practice and should be coming in crispy, but it hasn't really been the case so far for a lot of these teams. Have kind of come in looking a bit shaky. I think Vici probably one of the teams that looked the shakiest, to be honest. Still won the series, obviously, but probably would have liked to have done it in a bit of a quicker and more convincing fashion. PP Overdose, quick up towards the top of the ramp. He has been very impressive in terms of his ability to open up rounds. Molotov fades away now. 2 players to his left side. He cuts around the corner. First kills hits, nearly transfers to the second. Would have been very difficult, was always going to be. And luckily, Neff able to find the headshot and fall away.
And with the fact there's no one following up, HUAT ZAI, they're not paranoid. They're like, all right, where are they going to be heading towards? You can clearly see. I like this little bit of a staggered approach from ZIGMA. Yes, PP he got the kill. There was no trade taking place, but he was kind of like the sacrificial lamb who actually gets a kill. Now Splash getting up. He's been kind of quiet so far in this entire series. He's the one player who we've always known for the longest of times, even from back in the Boot Dreamscape days, and even further back, the Opmeister. Can he land the shots when it matters the most?
Smoke up, blocks his vision. Now the execute comes in from ZIGMA. They're going to get the boost over the top, and this might just work out for Splashkey. If he can spot anything coming this way, he might be able to take them down. They've actually fallen away. Finally, the bomb plant coming through. Splashkey cannot line it up. Bomb plant confirmed. Now they fall back into their post plant positions. Neff positioned up on top of the boost. Now the rest of the players trying to figure out how they're going to get in here. Trying to figure out how they're going to pull off this retake. And it's moving forward is the call. They go forward, but it's reality with the first. Neff able to pull one back, and it's looking good, but it's back and forth. Neither team coming out on top. The time is now ticking, and that is the favorable thing for ZIGMA. But the defuse, it's being stuck. Splash, he goes for the ballsy play. It's not going to work out. Just Cause gets it done, but he's 12 HP, and he's not falling for it. He's not going around the corner. Finally, he'll go through, but the defuse comes through just in the last second. Just Cause cannot pull it off, and Bulbasaur walks away. 14-14. HUAT ZAI, that is a round they just stole away. It was in the grasps of ZIGMA. It was map point. It was series point. But now we stand at 14-14.
That's daylight robbery. There's no way the Bulbasaur should have won that round. There was like 5-6 seconds remaining. I don't know. Like, why didn't he peek out? You should have peeked right there. Like, even if he got taken down, there would be no time remaining for Bobo to stick the defuse. And for Bobo, it's just pure, it's basic logic, right, Dinko? For Bobo, the only win condition for that round was to stick the defuse. And the final player alive for ZIGMA, I forgot who it was. Was it Rolex? He should have known that. He should have 100% known. No,
Rolex.
Right.
Rolex, sorry, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it was Rolex, right? He should have 100% known that that was the only win condition for Bulbasaur, and he would have, once he tapped it a couple of times, he would have waited like 3 seconds, peek out, boom, take a shot. If you die, doesn't matter. He still doesn't get the defuse because he has to kill you. And that was a big brain fart moment from Rolex. He moved so far away. The fact that, like, he didn't have to move that far away either. Like, Bobo had to run towards short to get the kill, and by the time he ran back to the bomb, there would be no time. So maybe, you know, the mental clock wasn't ticking. Obviously, we have the advantage of having a, you know, the actual number of how many seconds remaining, but that was a mistake, and that is a mistake for Splashkey as well. Goes for the wide hold, and he gets taken down. At least a trade takes place as Neff finds a kill. And he's going to further peek down for more, and he's going to get a double, but Ronan replies back immediately. This is just insanity. 4 CTs holding towards A. Now 3v2 with the bomb spotted out and out in the open.
Well, looks like HUAT ZAI will be taking map point if ZIGMA cannot pull this off. The B-bomb site is open. The smoke is deployed. And the rotation immediately coming through. They're hot on the heels. They have a limited time on how they can get this bomb down and get into a better position. They've sent Rolex in with a bomb. He's been tagged to 50. He's now stuck in the open, using the smoke to get back to cover. He's on 9 HP, which makes things incredibly difficult to assist his teammate. basically lamb to the slaughter right now. This is not looking good for the Sigma side. They will try their best. Their best is not looking like it's going to be enough. Utility still available, and it's cleaned up. Last 2 kills came in. HUAT side reach map point. They have done it. It's so many moments where Sigma have been able to take it over the line. So many rounds that they probably should have won. It comes down to the round where they get the opening kill at the top ramp. They completely stop thinking, and they run right into the CT defense. Comes down to the moment where the player sticks the defuse. Rolex doesn't peek. We're now in a 15-14 scoreline favoring HUAT side, and we might be heading to a 3rd map. If not, it's overtime coming right up. Either way, we're confirmed more Counter-Strike.
Honestly, I'm on this ride. I'm full on, like, full-fledged ready for this, Dinko. I'm ready for map 3. Let's go. It has been a pretty, very, very, very back-and-forth affair, gotta say. And now, again, just reminding everyone, this was 6-1 for ZAI earlier on. They had to mount their own comeback as Reality Jesus finds Bulbasaur. That's a big kill. Spiels. He's been the B bomb site god on Mirage, but haven't really seen anything too crazy so far towards on this vertical map. And now Reality, after getting the kill,
oh,
back.
It comes down to this. This is such an important peak. Oh! Where's the bomb? The one player he manages to catch out is the bomb carrier, Blair.
Even the follow-up.
Yeah, that was Neff helping him out. The swing coming around the corner. Much better here from HUAT side. Certainly deserves to take it over the line after the recent round performances. You could definitely make a case for the fact that probably should be done, and probably should be, but the fact that HUAT side have got to map point first, and now they are looking to try and send us to that 3rd map. It looks like it will be coming through. Inferno. Almost surely locked in at this point. Overdose. Making his way right into the crosshair of Ronin. Goodbye. In 3, 2, 1, dead. There we go. Job done. 16-14. HUAT side will be sending us to a 3rd map. It's a big comeback from them. They got off to a pretty good start. 6-1 up and kind of crumble a little bit. And